Hey CDA and welcome back to Satisfactory! If you've made it this far into the series, which isn't all that far to be honest, but still, and you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider doing so. It's a real help to the channel, and also don't forget to like the videos. It does really help the algorithm to find them, so if you're watching this and you like the content, and which I assume you do if you made it this far, then make sure you keep liking those episodes. It's a small thing for you to do, and it really helps me out. Now, what are we going to do in this episode? We are definitely going to finish what I think is actually kind of the tutorial. So this is tier 0. We've completed most of it. Right now we're on upgrade 5, and actually I did check when we did upgrade 4 at the end of the last episode, but there wasn't actually anything new in our little hub. No new beds or sinks or bathrooms or anything like that, at least not as far as I can tell. But we want to complete this so that we have access to miners and storage units, and especially the miners are important because that means we have something to plug in the conveyor belts that we unlocked the last time around, and that means we can really start automating our production chain because we need the mining stuff in order to do that. And right now we need to put stuff in manually, so I don't think it makes a lot of sense to set everything up while we don't have access to mining stuff. So that is what we're going to do. As you can tell from the top right hand corner, we are going to need pretty boring materials actually in order to get to the next hub upgrade, so I am just going to jump ahead and do exactly that. Okay, so we've got all the rods, we have all the wires, and we have all the concrete, so let's upgrade. And let's see what we get. Well, we know what we get, but let's see what else we get.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner. 10th objective, complete Hub Upgrade 6. Note, there are no notes.
Notes, there are no notes. Okay, so actually we now have access to the miner, so that's really awesome. We are going to have to power that though, so can we see somewhere? The normal extraction rate is 60 resources per minute, so that's cool, but can we see somewhere how much power that actually needs? I mean, by building one, I suppose. It would be fun if we can kind of do the math up front. The production speed for the constructor, it doesn't actually tell, but it will probably differ per recipe. Biomass, so basically what we can do is we can build a bunch of biomass burners in order to automate our entire setup. Interesting. And resource consumption will automatically be lowered to meet power demands on the biomass burner, as we've seen before, so that's really interesting. And what's the space elevator? Requires deliveries of special project parts to complete phases of project assembly. Completing phases in the space elevator will unlock new tiers in the hub. Okay, so this is basically the next step towards working our way to the next tiers, I suppose. Yeah, complete space elevator, phase 1, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so we need to complete the hub first, and then after that the space elevator. Interesting. Okay, however, first things first, let's go and build some of these miners. What do we need for that? Well, actually, we can figure that out from the to-do list. Let me figure out how we get the to-do list. There we go. Edit the to-do list. Let's edit that. Clear the list. And then let's do this. How many? Let's say we need one miner. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. We need a miner. We can press the plus here. So we need, let's say, 2 miners. One for the... let's just start with the basics. Let's start with some iron ore. So we have 2 for those. Then we are going to have to smelt those. I keep clicking those, so I should not do that. So we need to smelt these into rods as well as into plates, I think. And then we probably want 2 of those as well. Probably we're going to need a lot more, but this should be fine for now. So do we have enough for this? We actually need to craft 2 portable miners, so you can pick some up because we are going to replace the portable ones with the actual big ones. And then we only need to craft, we actually have most of the stuff already, so we just need to craft 10 of these, so that's fine. It shouldn't take too long. There we go. Just making a few extra just in case. And then let's just hop on over to the place where we have our portable miners. We should have exactly 2 there, luckily. Pick up the miner. And we get some ore along with that. Now, let's see. So we are going to build a miner. Oh, actually, I did add those to the list. There we go. Okay. So I'm assuming, yes, these are, wow, these are big. Okay. So we can actually have these load off on the same belt. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea, but let's go with that for the moment. So we have this space over here, then we have another space. Okay, so we have plenty of iron ore over here. There we go. So we can have these offloading on the same belt. Sure. I'm actually going to need a lot more stuff for the belts, aren't I? Yes, we are. Okay, so we have some more materials. Now, these were producing what? 60... 30 per minute, actually. So 60 in total between the two of them. So that's okay. So that's pretty straightforward, and I like the even numbers in terms of per minute. Makes it a little easier. So we have exactly 1 per second. So let's not waste too much space and have the smelters over here. Smelters, there we go. Did I actually say 50 smelters? Did I? Why is this saying 50? Anyway. Doesn't matter. We are going to put you, I don't know, something like over here, and then if we need more of these, we can probably do that. There we go. Now, there isn't a grid as far as I can tell. So, of course, you can kind of form your own grid once you start building, and if you are building a larger facility, that's probably what you want to do. But it would have been nice if we can, like, kind of build to a grid from the get-go, but that might just be me. The conveyor belt must snap to a conveyor pole or an input-output of a building. Okay, so... Oh wow, this is actually a really efficient building like this. But before we do that, actually, hold on. So how fast is this going to... Because this can only make the ingots. Sure. And it's going to make 1 per... Okay, so this is actually a 1-to-1 with the smelter. So that's convenient. That also means we should probably build 2 of these right away. And now we can use the snapping. Snap, snap, snap. Is this actually aligned? I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out. Looks pretty much aligned to me. Okay. So then how does this work? We can rotate this, but we could also... Ah, okay. Okay, alright, okay. So, sure. Do we need those? I'm not actually sure that we do. At least not right now. Because we can just do this, I think. Is it only 1 belt? Let me. Okay, so we have 52 52 now. I mean. $42 now. Okay, so it's not just 1. Why is this one going up while the other one isn't? Is this just my brain? So apparently this is on a small hill. I wonder if there's some way we can actually flatten the ground, but okay. That's fine for now. Well, actually, we can probably build something like a floor at some point. Oh, look! We're actually moving on the belt. Okay, sorry, I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay, so... Why is this not... Oh, this is not working because we don't have it powered. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Okay, so... no, that's not what I wanted to do. I think we can safely demolish the buildings we already have and get some of those materials back. We are not going to be using you guys over here. Nope, we are not. We also do not need this pole over here. So now we're back to basics. Great. We are also going to need to power this with power poles somehow. Oh, actually we did get something new. We got a second biomass burner. That's actually pretty awesome. Okay, so we have 2 of those, so we can power a whole lot of stuff. Okay, great. Power. we are going to have to build some power poles. Let's put one nice and easy on the corner here. Now, once again, these things do not snap. Which is fine, I suppose. I'm just saying it would have been nice if they did snap. Maybe let's see if we can keep it a little neat. And kind of go like this. I'm not entirely sure what the range on these power poles is, to be honest, but if we do it, if we place down a few extra poles, I don't think there's a downside to that. And we can have one over here, and it's only 4 connections, I believe, so we're going to need 2 of those over here. Okay, so now let's bring some power. Are these 2 already connected by default or not? I actually don't know. There we go. Not sure if they are, but at least they will be now. At least I assume that's how that works. Okay. Looking pretty good, I think. I'm completely open to ideas on how to make this look better, by the way, if you guys don't feel like it's organized enough. And, well, I know you guys, you like your organization, so by all means, backseat gaming very much allowed. Feel free to comment all your comments. I don't mind, it's okay. There we go. So that's power, 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 power. There we go. Do we have power? No, we don't. Why do we not have power? Are we out of leaves? Run, 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 run. Hello? We are apparently out of leaves. Be right back. Okie dokie. So now we have some power. We probably want to split these. Let's see, how do I split this? There we go. Right mouse click splits it, left double click puts it in. So now these both are working, looking pretty good. No idea how you get this much power from leaves, but I'll take it, don't get me wrong. And let's see, we now actually have some automation going on. So, oh, look, 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 iron ore. We have actual ore going into our smelters. Still a little bit annoyed by the fact that this is going up while the other one is not, but hey, that works for me. Oh, that's actually interesting. So it is not allowing it to go in, but this one is. Oh, this one is already set to ingots. There we go, and this one isn't. Okay, so that makes sense. So it doesn't go into the smelter without the recipe allowing it to do so. So that's fine, that's fine. So, we already have 11 ingots. Okay, so this is awesome, because these things are very slow to actually craft. Now, on top of that, what do we want to do? We do want to make sure we are going to not handcraft everything else that comes after the ingots. No, we definitely want to automate that as well. So, that is why we have constructors to do exactly that. Well, this is a little surprising. I don't think it actually connects to each other, so that's a shame. I'm not entirely sure if I'm missing something here, or it is that maybe that's just something that comes up down the road and how to connect these, but for now I believe that just means that we'll have to make separate belts for separate smelters. I mean, that's not necessarily the worst thing, but and once again, I'm probably missing something. I'm just not entirely sure what. So I'm actually wondering, once we dismantle this, are we picking up the items or are they just disappearing? I feel like they're just disappearing. Actually, in this case, it's actually not a bad thing necessarily, because we do have several different items that we want to make in these constructors anyway. And for that reason, we don't necessarily need the storage unit to begin with. But, yeah, it would have been nice to do it slightly different. Okay, so let's see. Snappity snap. There we go. This should be fine. And then we are taking a little bit of extra space. And we are going to make some items over here. I do actually want to kind of align this more with my hub. There we go, that's one. And then we have the other one next to it. There we go, that's two. And then we can have one belt going something like Let's say... Oh, this is where I kind of miss the whole overview that you get when you're playing third person. It's a little hard to judge how correct our angles are at the moment. And yeah, okay, so we're still on that little hillside there. We do need to take into account we have a little bit of a curve going on here once we switch directions. And we do also need to have one of those poles every time we make a cut like that. Okay, so I mean it's not the most organized, but I kind of like it, to be honest. Makes it look like we have a lot of stuff incoming, and that's always a good thing. Okay, so in order for this to actually do something, let's make sure we have it produce something. So this is all made from other stuff. The screws are made from the rods, so we are just going to make iron plates. And yeah, it should work, right? And then this one is going to make iron rods. 15 per minute. So we actually have an overflow here, because we are making 30 of these per minute from that one smelter. This is actually 30 per minute already. So this will take a full belt. And I was wondering for a moment why it wasn't actually doing anything, but that's of course because we don't have it powered just yet. Do we have free connections over here? No, we don't. We do have a free connection over there. This is connected to that one, and that one. So we do actually need to flip that one around, or we can take it from there. So that's probably a lot more straightforward. And once again, I'm just going to place a power pole probably over here. And then we can connect this one up to that one, and this one up to this one, and up to... Oh, it's actually on the other side. I keep thinking the other thing is the power connector. There we go. There's a nice little mess starting to come over here. Why is this not working? Because of lack of power, I suppose. Once again, we do run out of power really quickly with these biomass burners. That's not going to be annoying at all. Yep. Okay, so we're out of power once again. Let's go collect some more leaves. Okay, so apparently hidden in these leaves every now and then there's pieces of wood, and depending on the places that you look, there's actually quite a nice amount of wood, and I have a feeling that's probably going to give me a lot more power than these leaves. So let's see and test if that theory is true. So putting in 500 leaves is going to get me what? Fuse broken? One of your power. Really? Okay. Fine. Then we're going to put wood in here. It's 12 per minute. And this is 80 per minute. So that means this is going to work for about 5 minutes. 6, actually. And this is going to work for, yeah, pretty much the same, actually. So it's a little longer to be honest. So if you have a full stack of wood, that's going to be better. Can we put it on? Pull lever to... Oh, you actually have to manually do that. So if you overload your power grid, you actually have to manually pull a fuse. Okay, that's interesting. I'm just waiting for the next 20 times I'm going to overload my system and have to manually reset it. But okay, this guys is so amazing. I do like the fact that unlike Dice Program or other similar games like Victoria, where you are completely zoomed out and you can just see the massive scale of your factory, you don't really get that here, at least not so far. I mean, we don't really have a massive scale factory to begin with, but there is something to say for the fact that I'm now standing next to a giant mining machine that I can pretty much just see drilling into the ground. I can see oodles of ore coming out, and then that being transformed into bars, and then this machine doing its awesome thing and making iron plates for me. Well, guys, one problem that I completely forgot about, we don't actually have the biomass burners just yet. So even though I have this pretty awesome limestone drilling machine over here, we can't actually do anything with it because we don't have it powered. So what we actually need to do first is complete the hub upgrade 6 in order to get access to the power nodes. So let's go and do that. Okay, here we are. Let's put in all this stuff. We should have more than enough of everything now. Mostly thanks to our little automated facility over there. And let's upgrade it to a full hub. Did we get anything awesome and new, shiny, new and pretty?
Congratulations, you have unlocked building space elevator, building biomass burner, part biomass. Motivational message. Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of FICSIT Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
Why, thank you.
Additional knowledge. The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along FICSIT-approved protocols. Note: future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and, as such, initiating project assembly. Good luck.
Okay, that sounds clear. Select milestone. Let's see. How do we select this? We've completed this. That's fine. Okay, this broke down. How do we get this? How do we get back to the screen that we just saw? Hello? Am I missing something here? Or maybe I should... No, it said it was upgraded to the... Okay, never mind. There we go. Base building. What do we need to do? We got a lookout tower. Good overview, which makes factory construction easier. So that's... Okay, foundation. Provides a flat floor to build your factory on. That sounds very awesome as well. We have... Okay, we have a foundation. We have... buildings above the foundation are adjusted to a grid. Yes. We also have a ramp. We have a wall. To build multi-floor structures. That sounds awesome. Okay, logistics in order to unlock that. Oh, conveyor splitter. There we go. Conveyor merger. Conveyor lift. It's a vertical lift. Oh, wow. We can just move things up a slope without having all those diagonal belts that we have in Dyson Sphere. That's great. And productivity display, efficiency of each building. Okay. And what's this then? Field research. A map. That sounds useful. The molecular analysis machine is used to analyze new and exotic materials found on alien planets. Okay, interesting. Object scanner. Personal storage. Okay, so this is all interesting stuff. Then this item will likely be removed in a future update. Okay, interesting. Hand slot. So we can have more equipment. And more inventory slots. To be honest, we can actually already unlock all of this. But what's in tier 2? So, once again, we can probably make all of this already. Can we this is the assembler. Can be made by automated feeding parts to indoor conveyor belts, blah, 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 blah. The produced parts can be automatically extracted by connecting. Crafts 2 parts into another part. Okay, so this is basically the more complicated version of the constructor. Okay, this is all upgraded stuff. Chainsaw. Interesting, so we can get all those pesky trees out of the way. Jump pad. The vertical traversal. Interesting. Usually landing pad. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to go horribly wrong at some point. The awesome sink. Build excess resources, fear not. For FICSIT does not waste. The newly developed awesome sink turns any useful part into straight research data as fast as you can supply it. Okay. The awesome shop. Get your coupons. Okay, I have a feeling that all of this is something we'll get to later on. This upgraded belts, etc. So, yeah, I kind of like how this works. This is kind of just guiding you through the game, kind of suggesting, okay, this is kind of the order that you should have should take in terms of building stuff, without necessarily telling you how to build it and making it too constricted, basically. So that's really interesting. That does mean that right now we do have, I hope, the access to the biomass burner. Yes. I didn't actually see any other types of power supply, so we are definitely going to have to build a lot of these. Was there anything else new that we got? Oh, right, the space elevator. This thing is going to cost a humongous amount of resources. Okay, so I think we have our work cut out for us. We have some of our first automation up and running now. As you can see from the red lights over here, we are once again out of leaves. And our production stopped, even though we are producing massive amounts of stuff now. So I think we have like iron plates in here, we have iron rods in here. It's not huge amounts because I already emptied them just before I think they shut down. But as you can see, I'm not handcrafting anything anymore, and we still have a lot of resources. All I need to do now is run around and collect leaves, apparently. But I'm gonna end the episode here. Next time we are definitely going to have to automate a lot of stuff. We are going to have to build a couple of more of those biomass burners. We are going to have to make a lot more belts and miners and smelters and constructors and stuff like that, and steadily progress through the game. Once again, I am having a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, where you think we should build next. Let me think. Tell me please what I'm doing wrong, and I will catch you in the next one.